Passing the National League the last 6 years here.
Well, we got much better guys.
The connection to baseball usually begins in childhood, when imagination operates most freely, when the feel of the game captures you, when mimicking the mannerisms of your favorites is part of what it means to be a fan. And even for those who would one day make it to the All-Star game, a word of encouragement in childhood still resonates. How could it not? When it was said to a 12-year-old by the splendid splinter, Ted Williams.
It was really a turning point in my career when you have probably the greatest hitter, one of the greatest hitters in the history of the game, telling you that you hitting the ball just as hard, if not harder, than he was at the same age.
When I was a kid growing up in Chicago, I used to dream that I was Ernie Banks to hit a home run to win the All-Star game.
And it happened last year at Camden Yards. For Ken Griffey Jr., there was a baseball influence close at hand, his dad.
My brother and I, we were running in the outfield, and we raced. We had a ball, and we just ran straight down the right field line to his position. And, you know, everybody stood up and clapped.
More than any other sport, baseball is about history, about comparisons. Every great player measured against those who have gone before, those who set the standards, and those who strive now to surpass them. The names that echo down the corridors of time, and those whose time is now. Those whose names may be forever linked with men they never knew. Those who'll be watched tonight by some kid somewhere who will someday stand in their place. The All-Star Game is next. July night in the Steel City. Temperature right now 85 degrees as we're getting set for the 65th renewal of baseball's All-Star Game. The fourth time the city of Pittsburgh has played host, the first two times at Old Forbes Field. And now this is the second time here at Three Rivers Stadium, where All-Stars like Willie Stargell and Roberto Clemente played at least a portion of their Hall of Fame careers. Hello, everybody. I'm Bob Costas. Welcome to the All-Star Game. Bob Uecker and Joe Morgan will join me for the call momentarily. This should be a respite from all the peripheral problems that surround baseball. It is the mid-season classic, and let's hope that it is the middle of a full season. And in truth, baseball should be enjoying a renaissance on the field, because right now the game is graced by the presence of the greatest collection of young stars in decades. We're looking forward to seeing them perform tonight. We'll be back, as I said, with the call momentarily, but right now, to take you through the pregame festivities, some interviews, and the introduction of the lineups, let's go to our new colleague, Greg Gumbel, who's down on the field at Three Rivers Stadium. Take it, Greg.
Bob, thank you, and good evening, everyone. The sun will not set here in Pittsburgh for another 45 minutes or so, but there are plenty of stars out already. When we come back, we will talk with two of the brightest stars in the American League galaxy, Ken Griffey Jr. and Frank Thomas, when we continue from Pittsburgh after these words from your local station.
Pre-game show is brought to you by Sharp View Cam, the new movement in camcorders, and by Sprint. We've got everything you need, local, long distance, and cellular, to let you be there now.
The city of Pittsburgh all a-glitter for hosting the All-Star Game, and it has done a fine job this week. Just a few moments ago down here on the field, Meatloaf, who will be singing the national anthem, on the left. And yes, that is Phil Rizzuto, honorary American League captain, on the right, separated at birth. We don't think so. Welcome back to Pittsburgh, everyone. Topic of much discussion the first half of this season has been the pursuit of Roger Maris's home run record for a single season. There are three players in the record chase: Ken Griffey Jr., Frank Thomas, and Matt Williams. You see there the projections, should they keep up their pace, for the entire year. And I'm joined now by American League starters Frank Thomas of the Chicago White Sox, Ken Griffey Jr. of the Seattle Mariners. We saw how Roger Maris was affected by that whole home run chase. Do you think you could be affected by that, or has it perhaps affected you already?
No, I'm going to go out and have fun. I mean, it's a situation. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I mean, I can't worry about the future, and I got to take care of today, and that's the most important thing for me to do.
You didn't appear to have too many cares yesterday in winning the home run derby. You looked like you had fun.
Well, the real winners are the kids who get the money, and the rightfully so. They're the ones who are suffering. We're not, and we're just trying to put a show on for the fans. I mean, we're here for 3 days, and we're going to do the best job we can.
Tell me what you thought about the one Frank Thomas hit.
Well, the next time he decides he want to make arrangements for a flight like that, I'd like to be on it and ask him what movie he's showing.
Let me ask you, Frank, when you were out here yesterday, you didn't appear to have a case of butterflies. You did a little while ago admit to having a case today.
I've got a big case of butterflies tonight. It's my first start. Ken's a veteran of this game now, so it's something new for me. I'm just going to go out and have a good time, though.
Yeah. Are you having a good time whenever this topic of the home run chase comes up?
I didn't think about it. I was sitting around thinking about it the other day. I have 32 home runs at the break, and I don't know how. But I've had a solid first half, but the first half doesn't make the season, so I just got to come out and just keep playing hard.
You're putting up terrific numbers in home runs, batting average, and runs batted in. Is there any one of those categories that you would prefer to excel in over the other?
Not really. I used to really love the RBI situation, but now I'm getting to the average race thing. I've always hit for a high average, but I never really thought about it. So, I'm not really too particular in any one of the categories.
All right. Frank Thomas, Ken Griffey Jr., good luck to you tonight. We'll take a time out here. When we come back, Matt Williams of the San Francisco Giants joins us when we continue from Three Rivers Stadium in just a moment.
The 1994 All-Star pregame show is brought to you by Chevrolet Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. And by Sharp View Cam, the new movement in camcorders.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh, and there is Three Rivers Stadium, where just moments ago, the wife of the late Roberto Clemente, Mrs. Vera Clemente, presented to Dave Winfield of the Minnesota Twins the Roberto Clemente Award, which goes to a player for contributions both on and off the baseball field. I'm joined now by Matt Williams of the San Francisco Giants. We showed you his numbers, and congratulations on the season you're having, Matt. Are you enjoying your part in this whole home run chase?
Yes, I am. I think that I never expected to be here in this chase, but I will enjoy it until the end, and it'll be fun to watch as the games go on and as the season progresses, how close any of us can get to it.
Do you get up in the morning and check the box scores and see what Frank Thomas and Ken Griffey have done?
No, I hit my 33rd on last Saturday, and I didn't even know that I was tied with Ken until somebody told me after the game. So, you worry about your own team so much that it's tough to keep up with them too.
You and your National League cohorts are on the long end of a 6-game losing streak. What was the attitude in the clubhouse before you came out?
Well, it's all a lot of fun, but when 8:30 rolls around, we're going to go out there and try to beat these guys. We've been hearing about it for the last 6 years, and it's about time that it stopped.
Matt, thanks very much. Good luck to you tonight.
Thanks, sir.
Matt Williams of the San Francisco Giants. If there is a cloud hanging over this game in general and this season in particular, it is that of a possible baseball players' strike. Now, a strike date has not yet been set. Earlier today, I talked with Paul Molitor of the Toronto Blue Jays and asked him if he feels it's harmful to talk about a player walkout date.
Well, I don't think it's really harmful to talk about it. I think the most common attitude amongst players is sometime between the middle of August and the 1st of September. It's a difficult thing to do. We want to give the talks every chance to succeed, and if you go too late, you put yourself in a small little box and make it difficult. On the other hand, if you go too early, it sometimes gives the other side a little bit too much of a comfort zone to negotiate very quickly. So we're trying to look at some time in that period and figure out what's best to find a solution for everyone involved.
There has been so much gloom and doom about the situation. What do you rate the chances of a player strike this summer?
Well, to tell you the truth, I think there's a good chance that there will be a strike, unfortunately. And why I say that is that history has taught me that one of the things the owners like to do before they negotiate fairly is to see if the players are unified. And the only way for them to find that out is if, indeed, they let the players go out and see if there's any division amongst players. But hopefully, once they find that unification, which I indeed expect that they will, we can go ahead and make some quick progress and try to make this as short a work stoppage as possible.
One of the big issues that stands between baseball's players and owners is that of a salary cap. Ironically, that is the very issue which is being contested in a New York courtroom these days between the National Basketball Players Association and the NBA owners. Today, a New York judge admonished both sides to settle the issue out of court. Otherwise, he will issue his ruling in 2 days. The baseball world will be watching closely. We'll take a time out here, and when we come back to Three Rivers Stadium, you will meet the players who will take part in the 65th All-Star Baseball Game.
Chevrolet in baseball, a most valuable relationship. Since 1987, Chevrolet has been proud to donate Astro-Vans to different charities in the names of the All-Star, League Championship, and World Series MVP award winners. This year, Chevrolet will donate MVP Astro-Vans to local chapters of the Special Olympics. And Chevrolet will also donate $50,000 to the Boys and Girls Clubs of America in the names of all regular season players of the game. Genuine Chevrolet in baseball, together towards the future.
Circling over the Three Rivers area tonight, the Goodyear Blimp Spirit of Akron. This is the 70th year Goodyear Blimps have covered the nation's top sporting events. And now for the introduction of the All-Stars in tonight's 65th All-Star Baseball Game, public address announcer Tim DeBacco.
The trainers from the Cleveland Indians, Paul Spicuzza. From the Milwaukee Brewers, John Adam. The batting practice staff from the Toronto Blue Jays, Bob Baylor. And in the bullpen, Gene Tennis and Galen Cisco. The coaches from the Chicago White Sox, Gene Lamont. From the Cleveland Indians, Mike Hargrove. And now the American League non-starters. From the Baltimore Orioles, pitcher Mike Messina. Pitcher Lee Smith. From the Boston Red Sox, third baseman Scott Cooper. From the California Angels, outfielder Chili Davis. From the Chicago White Sox, pitcher Wilson Alvarez. Pitcher Jason Bure. From the Cleveland Indians, outfielder Kenny Lofton. Outfielder Albert Bell. From the Detroit Tigers, catcher Mickey Tettleton. Third baseman Travis Fryman. From the Kansas City Royals, pitcher David Cohn. From the Milwaukee Brewers, pitcher Ricky Bonas. From the Minnesota Twins, second baseman Chuck Knobloch. From the New York Yankees, outfielder Paul O'Neill. From the Oakland Athletics, outfielder Ruben Sierra. From the Seattle Mariners, pitcher Randy Johnson. From the Texas Rangers, first baseman Will Clark. From the Toronto Blue Jays, outfielder Paul Molitor. Pitcher Pat Henkin. And now, tonight's starting lineup for the American League. First, the manager of the American League. From the world champion Toronto Blue Jays, Cito Gaston. Leading off, the second baseman from the Toronto Blue Jays, Roberto Alomar. Batting second, the third baseman from the New York Yankees, Wade Boggs. Batting third, the center fielder from the Seattle Mariners, Ken Griffey Jr. Batting fourth, the first baseman from the Chicago White Sox, Frank Thomas. Batting fifth, the left fielder from the Toronto Blue Jays, Joe Carter. Batting sixth, the right fielder from the Minnesota Twins, Kirby Puckett. Batting seventh, the shortstop from the Baltimore Orioles, Cal Ripken Jr. From the Texas Rangers, Ivan Rodriguez. And batting ninth and warming up in the bullpen from the New York Yankees, pitcher Jimmy Key. Ladies and gentlemen, the 1994 American League All-Stars. And for the National League, the trainers from the Pittsburgh Pirates, Kent Biggerstaff. From the San Francisco Giants, Mark Laton. The batting practice staff from the Philadelphia Phillies, John Vukovich. And in the bullpen, Johnny Padres. The coaches from the Colorado Rockies, Don Baylor. From the Pittsburgh Pirates, Jim Leland. San Francisco Giants, Dusty Baker. Now the non-starters. For the Atlanta Braves, first baseman Fred McGriff. From the Chicago Cubs, pitcher Randy Myers. From the Cincinnati Reds, shortstop Barry Larkin. Pitcher Jose Rijo. From the Colorado Rockies, outfielder Dante Bichette. From the Florida Marlins, outfielder Jeff Conine. From the Houston Astros, first baseman Jeff Bagwell. Second baseman Greg Biggio. Third baseman, Ken Caminetti. Pitcher, Doug Drabeck. Pitcher, John Hudak. From the Montreal Expos, outfielder, Marquise Grissom. Shortstop, Will Cordero. Outfielder, Moises Alou. Catcher, Darren Fletcher. Pitcher, Ken Hill. From the New York Mets, pitcher Brett Saberhagen. From the Philadelphia Phillies, pitcher Doug Jones. Pitcher Danny Jackson. From the Pittsburgh Pirates, second baseman Carlos Garcia. From the San Francisco Giants, pitcher Rod Beck. From the Philadelphia Phillies, voted as a starter to the All-Star team, but unable to play due to injury, outfielder Lenny Dykstra. And now, tonight's starting lineup for the National League. First, the manager from the National League champion Philadelphia Phillies, Jim Fregosi. Leading off, the first baseman from the St. Louis Cardinals, Greg Jeffries. Batting second, the center fielder from the San Diego Padres, Tony Gwynn. Batting third, the left fielder from the San Francisco Giants, Barry Bonds. Batting fourth, the catcher from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Mike Piazza. Batting fifth, the third baseman from the San Francisco Giants, Matt Williams. Batting sixth, the right fielder from the Atlanta Braves, David Justice. Batting seventh, the second baseman from the Philadelphia Phillies, Mariano Duncan. Batting eighth, the shortstop from the St. Louis Cardinals, Ozzie Smith. Warming up in the bullpen from the Atlanta Braves, pitcher Greg Maddux. Ladies and gentlemen, your 1994 National League All-Stars. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you now to please rise. Presenting the colors of Canada and the United States is the United States Air Force Honor Guard. And here to sing "Oh Canada" is Margot Timmons of the popular Canadian group Cowboy Junkies.
With
Grammy Award-winning MCA recording artist, Meat Loaf, as he sings the Star-Spangled Banner.
So here's Fryman, the last hitter on Cito Gaston's bench. That's out of play.
What would happen is the pitchers would have to hit.
Fryman with a happy history against Doug Jones. Back when Jones was with Cleveland, Travis is hitting .285 for the year, 13 homers, 64 RBIs. You can put a lot of K's in the scorebook next to his name, though. He's already struck out 99 times. In the air to right. The ball really carrying tonight, but the ballpark will hold this. Gwynn makes the catch. Sierra tags. Rodriguez remains at first. Runners at the corners now with 2 out.
And it's gone. Fryman has blasted one out of here, and the Tigers lead it 2-0.